After 4 long, arduous years of dealing with Belveth, she's finally getting nerfed. Thank God. Now, these are technically not nerfs. I mean, most of them are. But these are technically primarily adjustments to make sure that Belveth is, instead of being a level 1 menace and scaling into the late game, she just scales into the late game now, which is going to be fine, honestly. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know how it took these guys 4 years to finally have someone at Riot Games lose enough LP to Belveth to where they're okay, okay nerfing it. But finally it happened. Someone, someone's pissed very clearly. These changes are disgusting. I've tried to record this video a few times, and I really, I'm not going to go through every change here. I think if I did the video, I literally have in the videos 20 minutes, so I'd rather just quickly go through the ones that I think are important. Firstly, the total base attack time is nerfed from 1 second to 1.4 at base. Thank God. Boom. Now, from when she used to get 3 auto attacks in whatever time span in 3 seconds, now she's only getting 2. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Riot. And then there's some other changes here. This one, passive attack speed on kill scales better, but it is way weaker level 1. Awesome. Amazing. They're buffing the Q base damage back. That's because they're nerfing her base AD. None of this is a big deal. Here. Thank you. Q cooldown increased from 1 second to 4 seconds, scaling down to 1. Thank you, Riot. Thank you. Somebody here has had a very, very bad experience. Level 1 versus Belveth. Thank you. 4 seconds to 1. Awesome. Late game, this doesn't really impact her. I think she's slightly nerfed still because of this change. But still, late game, it's not that big of a deal. Early game, unplayable. How do you play this shit? 4 seconds between each dash. Are we serious? This is horrible. And they're buffing her damage on a lot of her spells because of this. W base damage is getting buffed. This is because they're nerfing the AD ratio. But if you'll notice here, they're buffing the W AP ratio. They're buffing the ult AP ratio, and they're also buffing the HP you get from AP on her. So I do think, hey, AP Belveth more viable than ever. Awesome. Have fun with that. But yeah, and here you'll notice that True Form now grants size. Great, makes her easier to target. Our True Form no longer grants 10 to 80 bonus movement speed out of combat. Awesome. Makes it harder for her to snowball with ult. Our True Form duration is now nerfed by 15 seconds at rank 1 from 60 to 45. Beautiful. And this is a buff. Our True Form duration is now increased to 90 seconds at 40 stacks. And at 80, it lasts until death. This, obviously, I'm a Belveth hater. I would not want, but I do think it is a good compensation buff. And what I will say is, first of all, 40 stacks takes a while, and 80 stacks also takes a long time, unless you're very fed. But I say long time lightly, but like you're not getting this until, I don't know, like 15, 20, maybe even 30 for 80 stacks, depending on how snowballed you are. So like it could take a little bit for you to get this, right? So this is not going to be just terrorizing people, ending the game at 15, right? And then this here, buff lasts until death. I'm assuming that this applies to the variation with Baron, which means that late game, this will be very, very disgusting. This probably means that Belveth can get a Baron, and as long as she doesn't die, she can just sit in a side lane and perma get prio for like 20 minutes straight because she just gets 10x the minions for free. But yeah, I will say these changes are very menacing. If you take the time to read through them all, you will notice that a lot of them make her late game incredibly disgusting. However, for the most part, these are complete nerfs. They've gutted her early game. She can no longer dash around with Q. She can no longer dash around with Q. Her W duration has been reduced. The slow has been reduced. The slow time has been increased, but the percent slow is nerfed, and the knockup is too at early ranks, which I think is great. And also, the E damage reduction has gone from 35% at rank 1 to 20%. Thank God. Thank God. Somebody at Riot Games has lost to Belveth. Finally! I don't know how they keep avoiding playing versus this champion, clearly. Like, I don't know how any, like, self-respecting Riot Games employee could have let this slide for this long. But you know what? Better late than never. Thank you. And yeah, also, you'll notice here the R damage they've nerfed from 6 to 14 to 1 to 9. This is disgusting. It's, like, literally 1/6 of the damage at rank 1. Late game, not as big of a deal. But then you'll see here, the on-hit AD ratio has been nerfed from 12% to just 3%. And they've given it an AP ratio, which is very substantial. Awesome. But yeah, I think that really, this is going to be great. AP Belveth buffs, big. They've gutted her level 1, unplayable. She does scale better now, I will say that. However, I don't think the scaling is by such a margin that it is going to be broken. I do think she'll be slightly broken late game, but getting to that late game is going to be hell when you have these many handicaps. Thank God, honestly. You know, they've put like some shackles on every Belveth player, and I think that's a good thing. Honestly, it should have happened 4 years ago when the champion came out, but you know what? Better late than never, as I said. So yeah, I probably won't be doing many more of these patch rundowns. It's just this is so historic that, I mean, really, I don't think I had a choice other than to make a video about this. I think it's just too big not to. But yeah, as you can see here, Hitler is finally dead, removed from League of Legends. The Chinese boosters will have to find a new champion to one trick. And every Belveth main, well, I don't know, but I don't really care. Hopefully, less people are playing Belveth. The pick rate's 1%. Again, way too high. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Peace, peace.